Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to your number one sports podcast as far as the eye can see. You know how we do it. This is BadCatz 453 Stafford Road in the rough and tumble Mill City on Revival, Fall River, Massachusetts, and we got a we got a great show today. But at 7 o'clock, we're gonna cut the show and we're gonna give you a commentary on young Mikey Gaudreau's fight for the Nationals, because we supported him from the beginning. He's the real deal. We're looking forward to it right now. Give those guys a taste of what they're going to be looking at, Riles.
That's awesome.
I wonder if we can play. Can we play that on this, you think, Riles, or no?
I can show them it real quick. I mean, nothing crazy. Look.
Yeah.
Now they can see it right there. Team USA boxing right there.
Once it starts.
Once it starts, we can show it, right?
I don't know. Maybe, possibly. But they can see it right now. So this is where you can go. If you guys do want to watch it, the link is right here at the top. And this is where you can watch Mikey's fight.
But if it's being streamed
so I'll give you a second
live anyway.
You should be able to do it.
Yeah.
It depends on how the people think. I'll put the link in the chat so people can so people can copy the link.
Does it? Can you click on the Is it show the brackets there? Is it?
Yeah, you can't even see them. There's so many of them. Yeah, you can't even see them. But let me tell you something. This kid is a tiger. Okay, you know something? It's an old adage, brother. Birdie.
Yeah.
When the work is done, okay, the test is easy.
That's the way it's
if you
supposed
do your
to work.
homework and you do your preparation, the test is
done.
easy. There is no doubt in my mind this kid's going to make big noise. I am concerned about the nerve factor. right away to get that rust off. But if he gets his first one under his belt, I have a hard time seeing those guys catching him.
Yeah, not from what I saw. That I was lucky enough to go see him with a little tune-up fight that he had.
So we got my page and everything. Okay, good.
I think the kid's got a confidence to him. He's got an aura about him.
Yeah.
What weight class is he?
I want to say it's like
140 or something like that.
Between 130 and 140.
So bantam maybe?
Either bantam or lightweight maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be it's ring 1, fight 15.
No, I have the link. I was trying to find the brackets, but they're a little hard to follow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, man. This is a big part of sports podcast. The news is trying to scare the shit out of everybody with the weather, but I don't care but we will talk about how Mac Jones will handle it. But first, let's take a ride about what's going on. What's good, Riley? What's going on?
Not much. Just another weekend and another weekend of hating football because of Teddy Bridgewater. I hate Teddy Bridgewater.
Did you see him on the bench at the end of the game? I felt bad for him.
No,
almost.
Who are we talking about?
He was just sitting on a bench, rubbing his head like, what the fuck is going on? You didn't see that? And
I don't feel bad for him.
They usually take the camera off him, but they kept on him for like a minute. And he was just like this, Birdie, like, oh, my God, like, oh, man, what am I doing? What's going on? But, hey, it's a cruel world, man. Professional sports is a cruel world. And, it just wasn't the night for them. And that's too bad because I think that the KC could have been had.
Oh, it was there.
You watched that game.
They held Mahomes. They held Kelsey and Hill to 6 catches combined with 46 yards total between their two star players, and they only had Mahomes on 1 touchdown the whole night. And you can't win that game. It's terrible. The defense, the Broncos defense played so perfect. It's just he's just terrible. And what sealed it for me was when he threw that pick and he just doesn't even try to tackle him at the end. Like, dude, if you tackle him and the defense is playing really good up to that point and they don't let him score, it's still a 16-3 game. We're still in it. Now you don't tackle him, let him go all the way down the field.
That's not the first time he's done that either.
Did it against Philly, and that's when I posted on Facebook, like, they need to take away his captain because he's a captain on the offense.
Yeah.
That's not how a captain plays. A captain doesn't just give up on a play like that. You're supposed to lead. Everyone's supposed to follow you. And what if the team's going to play terrible if they want to follow football. Like
You remember that guy Hayward chased that guy down?
Oh,
you remember
Pittsburgh, San Diego game on the Monday night a couple of weeks ago.
That guy's 370 pounds.
Exactly.
He chased that guy.
Exactly.
He chased him down.
I've seen Peyton Manning throw an interception
Of
and
course,
then tackle someone.
Don Beebe. You ever see Don Beebe's play
Don Beebe,
in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
When he caught Leon acting
Yep.
like a fool
Yep.
going
Yep.
into
And
the thing.
he ran right after him. Yeah.
Yeah, he got him at the 1 inch line.
And
Smacked the
wasn't
ball.
it DK Metcalf last year?
Yep.
Monday night
Chasing
game,
down
remember
Buda
he
Baker.
came down
Buda Baker.
I've seen
about
Tom
70
Brady
yards.
make tackles. Like,
Sure, yeah, Tom Brady
and
goes, yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater can only dream of being on the level of Brady and Manning, and it's for me, it looks like he just thinks he's too good to make those tackles when nobody is.
You guys ever notice this? Tom Brady quarterback's in a bad mood. Are you feeling me
He
there?
always seems like he's in a
Fucking mood. What is this guy in a bad mood about?
it's perfect.
He's the GOAT.
Well, yeah,
He's got a supermodel girlfriend that makes more money than him. His family loves him. His kids love him. His baby mama, they're all cool again, right?
I guess.
You know what I mean?
But
He's got his boy Gronk. He's got his boy Antonio Brown acting a fool, right? He's got CB12. He's the leading candidate for the MVP.
Well, that's why he's the GOAT, because there's
He's in a
perfection.
bad fucking mood
has
when he
to-
plays football. Riley, what do you think about this? Like, I don't think this has ever been talked about before anywhere.
Not really,
I don't
yeah.
think people criticize him about his tantrums on the sideline, but the motherfucker is never smiling.
He wants perfection, it seems
Exactly.
like. It has to be perfection with him.
Yeah.
And if it's not perfection, he's going to just be miserable, I guess. I don't know. I can't think of any other way
But
to
am I
describe
right?
it.
Am I
Absolutely.
Am I right there? What?
It always looks like, even after he'll go on an 80-yard drive, if something that he didn't like
Yeah,
happened in the
there's a
drive,
little bit of
he's not-
hijinks.
he's like-
Yeah.
He's never happy until the end, which is the Super Bowl, and then you'll see it when they win that he's smiling and hugging the teammates and stuff like that.
He's happy it's a Kentucky Derby because that's where he parties with Gronk.
That's his off season for him, yeah.
You know that he goes to Kentucky Derby hard. They go out there.
Yeah. No, I've seen the pictures of him there.
Jamel Hill, remember the black chick that got fired from ESPN? And I liked her too. Did you like her?
I didn't really see her that much.
I liked her.
to be
Do
honest
you
with
remember Jamel Hill?
No, I
The
don't.
girl that got fired. She was like, I don't care what she was saying. He goes, Gronk, Edelman, and Brady. They show up with a boombox this big. You see that?
No, I didn't see that.
They show up with an old school boombox. You ever see one of your father's old boomboxes?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He goes, they had the jams, bro. So I was with them because they were busting their balls about, being like a Patriots group. He follows around. He goes, it wasn't about being the groupie thing, even though Gronk was trying to put the make on her. So they do it. I mean, like, he smiles in Kentucky Derby. He smiles when he drinks a few beers.
Letting his hair down, in the
That's
offseason.
it.
During the season, though, you ain't going to catch him with a smile on his face. Till the
Gronk
season's
said he
over.
was busting Gronk's balls about eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich the other day.
Yeah, but he's been around. He's seen enough of Gronk's antics. He shouldn't be, to know that he's capable of doing anything.
Gronk had a huge game again. Wow.
Yeah, you know what? And he looks
Could
like
he make all-pro tight end at his age? Is
I
that?
don't think so because the tight end position is like
It's
very
stacked.
stacked right now. Like
Stacked.
Kittle had a monster game yesterday. Like
Kittle's did.
like a monster game Kittle did, and
But
he's
they
having a
don't-
really good season
None
too.
of those tight ends, though, when it's money time and
They don't block. They don't block like Gronk does either.
Kittle can, and the thing that's gonna hurt Gronk for the All Pro is that he missed so many games. Like
Yeah.
you can't miss like
Yeah,
7
Well, the
games
pro-
and not.
yeah, the ribs.
If he played this
Puncture
way
lung.
and through those games and like obviously
Well,
you can't play through a puncture lung, but I'm saying if he didn't get hurt and
Yeah,
played
of
that
course.
way through all those games, then yeah, we could do it. But
Nah,
him missing that much time really could hurt him.
He's a problem.
But all pro is different than Pro Bowl.
No, I get it. Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? That's right. But Pro Bowl's the one that's difficult because only one makes it, right? From
It
both
depends on the
leagues.
position. So Pro Bowl, how they do it now is the AFC, NFC, and they'll get 3. I
I'm
think.
talking about the Pro Bowl, but the All Pro.
Oh, All Pro, yes, it is.
One
yeah.
position, one
For
guy, right?
for receivers, there's a slot and then 2 outsides. The running back, there's only 1. Quarterback, there's only 1. And then I think there's only 1 tight end
One
and then
tight
1
end.
offensive lineman. But they can go second team All Pro and there's first team All Pro.
Okay.
So
yeah.
the first one is like obviously the best one, and the second one will be like the second best player who barely missed out.
So, like we talked about Mikey Gaudreau, 7 o'clock here. Riley, what's good? Chelsea lost. What's going on with that? What's going on with your boys, man?
They had a really bad injury, and the injuries have been catching up to them. But they had one that was really bad. It's not the best player, but it's like a very key player in a position that's like not one of their deepest. And he got hurt, and then the backup we have is nowhere near as good as him. So it's really hurting us. But everyone's getting injured at the same time. So once the full team comes back, I believe they'll be fine. They're only still 2 points behind first place. We got like
Who's
20.
in first place, Man City?
Yeah, by 2 points, and then Liverpool's 1 point, and then we're 1 point behind them. So we got 20-something games to go. I'm not sweating it yet. If this was like 5 games left, then I'd be like, okay, you can't lose anymore, but still plenty of time.
Fantasy. Both you guys were in the money.
No.
You guys were like Cinderella.
Yes, we were.
You guys were like Cinderella. Both you guys were in the money for the 4 o'clock. Okay? And then 4 o'clock became midnight. You 2 turkeys turned into pumpkins.
Barely.
And fell out of the money again.
Hey, I got an excuse. You
do have a legitimate
I hit 126, the same as Birdie, and one of my guys scored me 0.5 points because he sprained his ankle.
Yeah, you're
as soon as the game.
Thielen.
Oh, he had 1 catch, and on that 1 catch, he sprained his ankle.
Thielen.
So if I take any of
they lost that game.
if I take any other receiver around his level for that money, I'll be in it.
Your boy Birdie had your back about that all the way.
But we hit the same points. We did pretty decent this week. We barely missed out on like what?
Now, what move would you make again? If you could do it again retrospectively.
Hindsight.
Well, I didn't mind Tua. He didn't have a bad game, but the 2 targets that I needed him to get some points, Gaskins and the tight end Gesicki, that would have put me over.
Waddle had a good game again.
Waddle played well. He got like 14, 15 points. Tua actually didn't have a bad. He had some decent numbers, but the other 2 guys he didn't get the ball to that much, and that's what killed me. Especially the running back Gaskins. But hey, that's the way it goes. We move on to next week.
We're still in the money, all right? We're still plus money.
Got like $30 in there for 3 more weeks. Play for the next 3 weeks.
Ah,
the Broncos rally. How bad did you take it? You and your old man watching the game together?
Well, I was at my friend's house, and then I came home. Like after one, as soon as that pick 6 happened, I was like, I'm leaving. And then I left, and then I went home, and then I watched the end of it a little bit, like because Javonte Williams scored, and I was happy for that because I love him. But whatever. Like I had hope going into it, but there's no more hope for the rest of the season. You just got we're still in it, but just lose out. There's no point. Just lose out because just lose out.
1 game out
I
of
know,
the wild card,
but just lose out because
5 games left.
They're not going to do anything with Teddy Bridgewater. They're not going to do anything.
You're only 1 game out of
fire
the
the coach. Fire the coach. Fire. I know. I get it because I was pushing that the whole time. But
I agree with Riley.
Fire the coach.
They're not going to go anywhere in the playoffs.
Fire the coach. Fire the head coach.
You want to get in.
And get rid of Teddy Bridgewater. That's your steps right there. If I'm George Payton, I'm firing the coach, firing the head offensive coordinator, and getting rid.
How about the coach going for 4th and 7? I thought he was fucking high.
Hey, he was 2 yards away. We're good on. The one thing is we're good on 4th and 7. We are at like 70% chance of getting it, so it's not bad.
I saw the stat.
But here's the problem with that. He went for 4th and 1 from midfield. Okay, I got no problem with that. He went for 4th and 7 because he wanted to keep the ball away from Mahomes. I didn't like it. They made it. So now on the 3rd attempt, it's 4th and 2. You're on the 12-yard line.
And what did he
have
do?
an automatic 3. You've held the ball for 8 minutes. You kept
not even 8 minutes. 12 minutes.
Well, all right. So now
Analytics is going wild.
And
we had it for 10 minutes.
I'm like,
it was
what is
20.
this guy doing?
It was 20 plays. 20 plays, right? And you don't get a single point off of that.
It was automatic.
What is it? What is he thinking? So if he wants to run the ball, right? Because Javonte Williams having a monster day, I'm fine with that. Run the ball on 3rd down and then throw it on 4th down if you're going to go for it. He threw it on 3rd down, run 4 on 4th down.
The worst fucking call in football is 4th and more than a yard when he do a dive up the middle.
Oh.
It is the worst call in football.
The head coach, Pat Shermer needs to go. He's terrible. I can't stand him anymore. He's the offensive coordinator. I cannot stand him. Cannot stand him.
3 coaches during Sunday that you just scratched my head watching the game. And Harbaugh was one of them.
Pat Shermer, he's got local ties. He's a fucking dinosaur, man.
Get rid of him.
Get out of there.
Dude, he's so bad. No, Elway's out. He's higher up. He's not the GM. And the GM's been making great moves, so I love the GM. It's just the next move I need him to make is get rid of Fangio and get rid of Shermer. I liked Fangio when he came in because he was supposed to be like this defensive guru guy, and I believed it because the Bears defense was amazing. And then he comes in and the defense is good. It's not like the best in the league, which I'm fine with. The defense is really good right now, but the offense is terrible.
Yeah, it's not about,
Shermer needs to go. Fangio needs to go.
The
defense held Mahomes to 16 points, 1 touchdown, and the offense can score 3 points, and then they score a garbage time touchdown. No, get rid of Shermer.
Okay, that was bad call number. Mike, we watched bad call number 2.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay,
we're gonna get to that in the end. No way like that. Birdie. Big parlay going on here, right?
Not for me.
Oh, you lost it?
49ers. Mike.
Oh, 49ers.
I told you that.
I was going to bust your balls about the hedge.
No, there was going to be no hedge.
Because I went to talk to your man at the casino, right? And I said, I said, I've been hanging with Birdie, and I got this big surprise. The old man there made a mistake, right? And turned a tease into a parlay. And it's a pretty significant parlay, right? And it was supposed to be Michigan and the Patriots, with the Patriots getting 8.5, 9. Teaser, right? But they put it as a parlay. Now the payoff is significant. You know what I mean?
But you're only getting 2.5 though instead of.
Well, that's why I had to go. I hedged it.
Smart move.
Yeah. I hedged it for a third of value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. A little less, probably 20. Yeah, maybe 30%.
Yeah, well, it's better than nothing if if it doesn't come through. But no, that's the way to do it. That's the way I would have done it anyway. I mean, at least you're guaranteed something out of it.
Yeah, who would have saw the 49ers losing the game like that?
My God.
To the Seahawks. It just doesn't make any sense after the year the Seahawks have happened.
Yep.
Jim Harbaugh fucked me good. Okay? All right, I had the over.
Oh.
Okay? And there's no reason that game should have been close to the over. But for some reason, it was. All I need, Birdman, is him to make the extra point, make it 20-20, and unless it ends in a tie at 20-20,
you win.
My over is good.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. You're talking about the Iowa game?
Iowa game? What are you
The
talking
Ravens,
about?
the
I'm talking
Ravens.
about fucking the Ravens.
Oh, yeah, you said Jim Harbaugh, so I'm thinking Michigan.
No, I said Harbaugh. I didn't
I
mention
thought you
it.
said Jim Harbaugh. Okay, so you're talking about the Steeler game Sunday night.
What is he thinking? What is he thinking?
All right. Here's what I saw on the news. So Jim Harbaugh decides when they asked him about that, he says, "Well, our defensive backs were thin, so let me ask you a question. You have probably the best clutch field goal kicker in the NFL. You have the best weapon that can score on one play in the NFL.
And you have a quarterback that is awful with 2-point conversions. He's under 30%.
That's a side of the mouth excuse to the media by Harbaugh just because he's.
And Jackson, they said, didn't want to go for it.
I'm okay with it, though.
I didn't like it.
I'm okay with it because Lamar has been their best player this season. He's been getting them on fourth downs. He's been getting like the game against the Chiefs. The fourth down, they grew some balls, went for it there and got it. That's the thing of the Ravens. They just go for it when they need to. And that's just a tough throw. I mean, TJ Watt's in your face. It's a really tough throw to make.
But why play around? You got a better kicker than they do.
But,
the Pittsburgh kicker
he's
shanked an extra point.
Tucker's probably the best kicker in the league.
Tucker's probably the best kicker. With all due respect to my man Adam Vinatieri, I'm Adam, my man. You know that. But Tucker's probably the best kicker in the history of national football.
He should make the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
I mean, he's that good.
But the thing that I agree with a little bit on Birdie is that they were thin on corners because their corner Marlon Humphrey is now done for the year, and that could really hurt them for the rest of the year because he's so good.
But nobody's banged up like the Steelers are banged up. I mean, listen, the excuses are abound at this time of the year. Okay, I don't like that. And how many times have I told you, Birdie, if it's fourth down and you need a touchdown or you need a first down, throw it past the stick.
That's correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Throw the fucking ball past the stick.
Because if it's caught, you're guaranteed to get the first down.
Guaranteed, that's it.
When you throw it behind the line, there's too
you
many
can
bad
let the
things
defensive
can
player
happen.
make a play, the guy can slip and fall.
Get a strip ball.
All of it.
Yeah, I agree.
All of it. Throw it behind things. Analytics are running amok.
That was
in
bad,
football.
Bad call
running
number 2.
amok, absolutely, in football, for sure. Before we get to the big one tonight with the Pats and stuff, gonna talk about a few more things. Kentucky Derby winner, right? You hear about that?
Yes.
Dead.
Yep.
Does that make a further look into the doping scandal? How does a horse healthy enough to win the Kentucky Derby die doing a practice lap in some type of training exercise?
So that horse is probably 4 years old, a year removed from the Derby.
What's the horse worth? Probably $50 million now with stud fees?
A lot of money, but there's got to be some investigation, I would think.
I'm sure the insurance company is going to want to investigate for sure. And also, Nick Saban. You know what he calls the media, right? Rat poison, right? But did you see his press conference today?
No.
He said, usually I can't stand that rat poison, but last week I loved it, and we ate it. We ate it up. We ate it up.
We called it.
Oh, no, Birdie didn't call it.
No, I said me and you did.
Yeah, you did.
I was on the wrong end of that game.
Oh, Tide.
I was on the wrong end of a lot of games besides that one this week.
Okay, let's look. Tom Brady leads the Bucs to a win. He throws 50 passes. Are you concerned about?
Yeah.
Why?
I would be, yes.
Yeah, because
I know
he's got more he's got a disproportionate amount of passes
Exactly.
than any quarterback in the league.
I don't think he should be throwing that much. I mean, I get he just doesn't look old, doesn't look it, but eventually, I'm not saying it's going to happen now or this week. I'm not predicting when, but eventually it will catch up to him. And I think it's only speeding up the process, if that makes sense, by throwing the ball this much, especially when they have two, like Leonard Fournette, who's been playing really good, and Ronald Jones, who hasn't been played that bad, but you can throw him in whenever. Just hand the ball a little bit more often. Like you're playing the Falcons. You don't need to throw that much and win by that much. Like, sure, the win looked great by winning that much. Just hand the ball off a couple more times. Like he was on pace to throw the ball how many times in the first quarter?
Does he call the plays? Is it a combined play calling thing?
I would think so.
Do they send him two and let him pick the one he wants?
Yeah, I would think so.
How does it work there?
I'm guessing.
Like, is there anybody in the world qualified to be Peyton Manning or Tom Brady's offensive coordinator?
That's what I was going to say. That I feel like they call the play, and then Brady will be like, all right, I see something, I'm changing it. And then he'll be like, all right, guys, and he'll do his hand signals, whatever, boom, boom. And then they'll know, okay, we're changing it to this. So, like, Bruce Arians probably will give him, okay, this is what I want to run. And then if he sees the defense, okay, they're going to blitz me. All right, I'm going to throw deep now. So, you know what I mean? So there's no one better at looking at the defense and knowing after you've done it for 20-something years. So he's got to have a say in it.
It's hilarious actually watching defensive players talk about Brady knows where he's going to before the ball snaps.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What did Ed Reed and Ray Lewis said? Click, click, click. Right? Talking about these guys talking shit about Tom Brady on ESPN. He says, no, me and Ed Reed did. We went like this for days. Click. Click.
You had
click,
to have
click.
any success against him.
Watch him in the film. How are you making out with your family's fantasy?
Not too bad. I got a monster win this week. Absolute monster, like 180 points.
So have you moved out of the cellar at all?
No, so I'm gonna be in it. That's guaranteed. I'm gonna be in it. But I'm just my team isn't looking too bad. I just need Saquon to actually like show up for once. You know, he's like being a bum, so I need him to show up for once. But other than that, Eckler's been really good. Justin Jefferson has been amazing. Elijah Moore, the receiver for the Jets, has actually been really good for me, and has been really good. And then Taysom Hill, who I kept saying this whole time that if you guys are in any fantasy leagues, pick him up. And if my family's listening, I have him in every league we're in.
Got somebody saying last place up there.
No, I'm not in last place. I'm not in last place after this week. And after this week, I'll be in like 10th because I won and a couple other people lost. But Taysom Hill has been amazing for fantasy. This guy, he threw 4 interceptions and still ended up with 30 points. That's crazy,
Eugene. I would never ever make him wear the tutu on the show. This is like a young stallion horse. We can't cheapen a brand like that way. Eugene's going for the kill on you, huh?
That's fine. He sucks so bad. He sucks so bad. He's never even made the championship once. I made the championship once and I won it. I'm 1-0. He can't even make
place last year that had to wear the tutu.
My cousin Chase. He has it. He lives in Boston, but
and then they kick you out.
Yeah, and then you're kicked out.
You're out of the league.
Then you're out of the league.
For a year.
Cruel.
Yeah, for a year.
And they have the cousins, right? Because they're a clan. They're not a family. They're a clan, and they have T-shirts for all the cousins, right?
Yeah.
Eugene's one.
Because he's the first one.
How many T-shirts are there?
26 of them.
26 T-shirts.
I'm number 24, so I'm the second youngest or third youngest. So yeah, but I think this was gonna happen. I'm gonna get kicked out because the bottom 2 people get kicked out, but I don't think I wear the tutu because I think my brother's gonna get in last, and I think I'll get second to last. Because
you're gonna pull a big victory.
I might. I think you know what we need is we need Taysom Hill to stay healthy because he had a little finger injury, and we need Taysom Hill to start every week from now on. So that's what we need. We need Taysom Hill to stay healthy because I think if he stays healthy, I'll be fine, and then at least to not wear the tutu.
Yeah, that's bad. We might have to put you in a witness protection program if that happens.
Yes, for sure.
College football, Bama 1, Cincy 4, Michigan 2, Georgia 3, Bama 13-point favorites. Michigan 7-point underdogs against Georgia.
So the reward for Alabama is
the first time an underdog like Cincinnati has qualified for the national championship. I think it's a good thing for college football. The bad thing is they're going to play the big bad Bama boys. And by the way, I forgot to get that Bear Bryant fucking hat.
I didn't want to bring that
That's
up.
at my brother's.
You do have a Bear Bryant hat? You actually have one?
The 85% of the Herrens live within an hour of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I've told you that, right?
I didn't know it was that close. I knew there was somewhere in the vicinity of Alabama. So Alabama gets rewarded for that win by obviously not having to play the easier of the three teams that you would think.
What happened in Georgia? Well, let me tell you what happened in Georgia. They're like the little kid the little brother on the block. That the Alabama just has a devastating psychological effect on them.
That's
Riley,
correct.
you feel me with that?
What if it's them two in the championship? Like we all know what's going to happen, right?
Well, MICH's out. Their best receiver's
they lost
gone.
a receiver, but see, the thing about that game, like you said, psychologically, now Georgia goes out to a 10-0 lead in the first quarter, and now you have to be able to just try to put distance between yourself and put doubt into Alabama's mind. And what happens? One play, 70 yards, and it hasn't happened to Georgia all year like that, right?
Yeah.
And that play completely swings the whole game right there, in my opinion, swung.
And fucked up your whole bet.
As I told you, I almost emptied my wallet on Georgia. Almost is the key word.
Thank God.
No, it wasn't based on what you were saying, but I thought otherwise, and then I was like, well, I'll take a small loss and just move on. So,
but you know the national champion's going to be. I'm tired of being right.
But you're saying Michigan.
Somebody call fucking ESPN. I want the Bears job on game day.
You're saying Michigan's
I want the Bears job on game day.
Georgia and
Michigan's going
Alabama.
to beat Georgia, and then they're going to shock the world and beat my hot Alabama.
Do it.
Well, my advice to you is
go to the casino.
I did. I fucking did.
But not right now. Michigan must be. I'm going to take a guess and say that they are like 7 or 10-1 to win the national championship.
All right,
beat those two teams.
You want to see the slips there that
I'm
I got
guessing.
from Michigan already?
Well, I'm curious what the number is.
I'll check it right now.
Yeah. I'm going to say anywhere from 7 to 10-1 to win those two games against.
To win the national, it's going to be 20-1 to beat those two
I don't know if it would be
teams.
that high though.
So you can go and just look at like straight who you think's gonna win the thing. So I'll find it right here. But I'll let you know exactly what it is.
By the way, Rhode Island
be right.
Sportsbook, we're looking to get you as a sponsor.
Just go to, there you go.
Championship winner, we got Michigan Wolverines at 700 plus 700.
That's it.
That's what I told you, Mike. 7
It's not enough. Not enough. What's Alabama? What's Alabama?
Alabama's plus 100, so they're the favorites, and then
So
Georgia
Georgia's
plus
getting some respect.
Cincinnati at plus.
You know what that is
1400.
to Michigan right there? That's the term that you use all the time. They're putting no respect on their name.
Put respect on that name.
Hey, you put 50 on Michigan, you'll get 350 back.
Put respect on that name. As a matter of fact, put some respect on Mac Jones's name. I'm watching ESPN 3 hours today. I'm a little under the weather, and everybody's talking about Mac Jones can't throw the ball downfield. Mac Jones can't play in cold weather. Mac Jones hasn't had a moment like this. Mac Jones this. Mac Jones that. Mac Jones is a winner. Alabama national championship. With all due respect to the New England Patriots, let me break it down to you.
We'll find out tonight.
Let me break it down to you right now. There is 5 times as much pressure playing quarterback at the University of Alabama. Period.
There's a lot.
Okay.
It's very similar. Belichick or Saban.
Period. Mac Jones ain't shook. Mac Jones will perform tonight in Buffalo and be the difference in the win, in the loss in that game. And we're talking about Mac Jones this, Mac Jones that, Mac Jones that. We're going to talk about the weather, and it is a concern of mine.
Concern.
But as far as the nerves and the pressure, I mean, are you kidding me?
Well, one advantage the Bills will have in this weather.
Can you imagine the pressure of playing? Hold on, Birdie. Can you imagine the pressure of playing quarterback at Wyoming or playing quarterback at the University of Alabama?
No comparison.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's no comparison.
There's no comparison.
No.
These people live, breathe it every single day.
If this win,
you know who his backup was last year? Who was fighting for the job? Bear Bryant's grandson.
Yes, that's correct. I do believe he might still be on the roster.
Still not getting in.
as far as tonight with Mac Jones, both quarterbacks, honestly, if that wind, it's not so much the cold. To me, it's the wind. If that wind is as bad as they say it is and you're not going to be able to throw the ball, then it's going to come down to who's going to be able to run the ball better tonight from what it looks like.
I think we all know the answer to that.
So, and the Bills don't have a big running attack.
Exactly.
But what they do have is Josh Allen likes to run the ball.
I know, but he's not. Listen. Josh Allen's great. Josh Allen's great.
He can
But he's
run
not.
the ball,
He's not
Mike.
gonna. He's
That's
not
all I'm telling
gonna.
you.
He can run the ball, but he's not Lamar, where he's just gonna
No, we're not
run
no,
constantly. And as soon as I walked in, I said the game's over. I think that it builds right for the Patriots, where Mac Jones doesn't throw as much as Allen, where the Bills need to throw all the time. The Patriots are gonna run, and they just need Mac Jones to make those 1 or 2 throws a game, 1 or 2 throws a quarter. And if he hits those, they win the game. I think it plays perfectly into the Patriots' lap this weather. It plays perfectly in them.
Do you have 2 questions for the Patriots? Kyle Duggar's been ruled out tonight, and they're saying Hightower, is he active for this game? He may not be.
Everybody's banged up everywhere.
No, I'm saying they might be inactive. They might not even be put on play at all. So you got to want to keep an eye on what the inactives are.
Can somebody tell me right now, right? With all due respect, and I know you like the Bills.
I like them tonight.
But, and I respect your opinion on football more than anybody. Let me ask you a question. What has Josh Allen done this year to be the second most probable MVP award choice? Because in every sports book I see, he's ahead of Aaron Rodgers. He's ahead of this one. He's ahead of that one. The only guy he's trailing by Tom Brady, and it's only 250 to 1 to 220 to 250 to 220. There's not even a significant gap. What has this kid done?
No,
it's all these crazy Bill fans that are betting him to win the MVP.
Well, it might be fueled by money. That might be your answer, but I don't know. I don't agree with it either because he's been a little bit Jekyll and Hyde in some of the games this year. So he hasn't been consistent the way some of these other quarterbacks to merit the odds that he's getting right now. No, I agree with you on that, Mike.
So through 11 games, he has 3,071 passing yards, 25 passing TDs, 10 interceptions, and then he has 383 rushing yards with 3 rushing touchdowns.
Okay,
so that's his stats.
His thing is 10 interceptions. That's a lot. That's a lot of picks. But it's not so much the interceptions.
You know the most important statistics.
What he does a lot of times, that ball sails on him a lot of times, and he's throwing the ball way off base on some of the receivers. So I don't know, Mike. I agree with you on that.
It makes sense to me because he can turn, like last year he threw for like 4,500 yards and a ridiculous amount of touchdowns. I know, but I'm just saying, like, if they finish as the best team in the NFL, which is still possible by their record, and they win out from here and they beat the Patriots twice, beat the Bucs on the I think it's in Tampa, or they beat the Bucs like on that run and just don't lose. It makes sense why he wins it, because if they win out from here to finish as number 1 seed, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Fuck all that, right? You got Aaron Rodgers. If you get Tom Brady, and my asphyxiation on Tom Brady, okay? I don't even know if that's a
man crush.
Right? Don't be going there with the man crush.
I got man crushes, all right.
Now listen to me. Hold on, right? Hold on. You got Aaron Rodgers in your right hand and Josh Allen in your left hand.
There's no comparison.
You don't gotta ask me. Fucking idiot is going to play Josh Allen before they play Aaron Rodgers?
I know, I'm not.
I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's not even a comparison.
Now, if it's Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, I may give it a half a second thought, and I'm going with Rodgers. But let me ask you a question. If it's Mahomes and Allen, right, you're going to really think about it?
Honestly, it depends what the team is. It depends the team around them and what weapons they have, because if they don't have as much running backs like the Bills do, then it works because Allen can be their running back because of how big he is. You know what I mean?
I think if Mahomes wanted to, he'd be a more effective runner than Josh Allen is. I think Mahomes is one of the most effective running QBs I've ever watched in the NFL. But Birdie, you're the one who turned me on to it.
But he can't take a hit like Allen can.
Like Lamar Jackson because his value
and I think Jackson should run more.
Yes, but the thing about Josh Allen though is he's a big guy, and he runs. He doesn't shy away from contact. He runs to contact.
That's what I'm
which
saying.
I don't agree with. I don't agree with that.
He's
either.
big enough to take it though. bro.
but
I seen him in person, and the dude is massive. He is massive.
237,
he is huge.
240, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, no other
hear
quarterback like him can take a hit how that team
But
wants
that's
him
fine.
to.
But these linebackers are just as big, and they're going to hit just as hard. So you do not want to run to contact.
So, by the way,
plus there's knees, plus there's ankles, plus there's quad injuries, plus there's all of it.
His QBR is 61.1, but his rating, his quarterback rating is 99.1. So it's not that bad. But
how many guys are ahead of him?
All right, so that'll take me a minute, but hold on, I'll find that out.
But as far as the odds go, Mike, that's fueled by the amount of money that's being so somebody's
it's those freaking crazy inbreds
betting,
in Buffalo.
Somebody's betting
that can't get out of the house because there's snow covering the garage door. Okay, they're drinking all fucking day. They're fucking partying all fucking night. So they're fucking crazy.
So to be fair,
I love the Bills Mafia. I love it. I just don't love them tonight.
You don't like him this week. Yeah, I hear you.
So they he's 6th in QBR, which is pretty good. The only people ahead of them is Rodgers is ahead of him, Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, and Herbert. Those are the only guys ahead of him for QBR.
Okay.
And then for quarterback rating, which QBR and rating is just different I don't understand how they work, but whatever.
Well,
the rating is all messed up because Derrick Henry is #1 total because he only threw one pass and completed that one pass. So you got to count him out. You got to count out Dante Pettis. And within here, there's some guys who don't play anymore. But he's all the way down to number 8. He's at 99.1. And to put that in perspective, Dak Prescott has 99.7.
Sure.
Tom Brady has 102.8. And then Rodgers has 105.5. So he's only like 6 points or like around lower than Rodgers and like 2 or 3 points lower than Brady. So his accuracy and his rating isn't far off of those top elite guys. So it makes sense, but he doesn't have those like really good touchdown to interception ratio like the other guys do.
But these defensive coordinators are losing fucking sleep, having a nervous breakdown, worrying about Rodgers.
I agree.
Worrying about Brady. Josh Allen slept like a baby.
Yeah, especially.
I don't know. I don't think he has a nice touch. Okay, I think he's a fireballer, and I think that he's going to try to outthrow this win, and it's going to happen. And that's where I got. Okay. This is the big one. The AFC leading New England Patriots. Did you ever think you would say that in 100 million years this year?
Absolutely not.
The AFC leading Patriots. Riley Early. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. And I told Jimmy Hilario that. He's been about this all the time, but nobody was.
No, I didn't say #1 seed in the AFC. I said I thought they could sneak in as a playoff team, as a wild card team, which I still believe is going to happen. I don't think they win the division. All depends on tonight and the next 2 games with the Bills, but it still is a very, very possibility. I didn't even think they had a chance at this, but
is
this
there
is going to be good.
Something wrong with me that listen to me? The Patriots, okay, are going to blow out the Buffalo Bills. Okay?
No, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong.
I mean, like, seriously, can we timestamp this rally, please, God? The Patriots are going to blow out the Buffalo Bills. Okay? They're going to be dancing in the streets from Boston to Bangor, from Fall River to Foxborough, baby. I'm telling you something right now. The trend... Everything says this way. We have a quarterback that is prone to throw interception, and we lead the NFL in interceptions. This one is in the bank. The Patriots are going to go. It's going to be the same old story, and they'll be crying in their buffalo wings, baby. It's going to be Bill Belichick, Mac Jones, and the Patriot defense. That will be the story that everybody's talking about on ESPN. So set your time into that big mouth Stephen A. Smith so you listen to him talk about the Patriots all fucking day.
Hilario.
Well... That's it.
We'll find out in an hour. As far as you're talking about the Patriots and the Bills, you got to remember one thing: you can go from first in the conference with 1 loss, either team tonight, to like 6th or 7th, whoever's losing this. So that drop can be.
But then they got to come round Foxborough.
Yeah, that's correct. But
they come on round Foxborough. Bills versus the Patriots. Okay. What type of impact will the weather play in this game? Is it going to be a huge issue? Riley and Birdie.
As far as the cold and the snow, I don't think that's going to affect the game. What will affect the game is the wind. And if
what is the wind at right now? I had the wind last time I checked at 29 miles an hour.
Now you're going to have two potential problems in this game. One will be passing the ball.
It's not even below freezing for the
deep-
record. It's
no,
37
yeah.
degrees out.
So the
And the
wind,
wind will also affect the field goals and punts. Special
the wind is
teams.
like 29 miles per hour right now.
doesn't
So up
sound
until
too
10 p.m.
bad.
it'll be like 23 miles per hour. So it'll be around like 29 to 23 during the whole game. So that's what it'll be. And then it'll be the weather should stay
That
around.
doesn't sound that bad, but
The weather
who
should stay
knows?
around 37, 35 around there.
Yeah, I have winds at different points of the game between 20 to 40 miles an hour, okay? But it's settling around 10 o'clock, around 23, 24
Yeah,
miles
exactly.
an hour.
Exactly.
The lake effect, 60% chance of snow. It's going to feel like it's 25 degrees as opposed to 37 degrees, okay? But let's talk about, because if there is a concern of mine, is about never having played in that weather before. And Mac Jones hasn't. There is not. Where is he from? Anyways?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that question. But obviously,
where did he play his high school football? Do we know?
Who, Mac Jones?
I want to say Texas.
well, then he ain't going to be seeing that kind of weather down there, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where his.
Oh, okay.
Jacksonville, Florida.
well,
So,
Florida.
so no
Yeah.
chance he
Becomes a
saw anything like
factor.
this. No chance.
yeah. Well,
Okay. Right. He's played in big games in Alabama. He's played in rivalries much more fierce than the Bills and the Patriots, okay?
SEC.
He's played his way into the BCS. He's played with first-round draft picks and national champions in front of him. Bear Bryant's kid competing for the thing. He's won national championships. I'm not worried about the pressure in this game at all. He will thrive in that.
So you're
My
more
only
concerned
concern
with the cold weather.
is the weather because he hasn't seen it yet. Kind of like fighting a lefty, right?
Could be. That's
Right.
pretty. That's a pretty good way of putting it.
Right.
Something they're not used to.
Are you concerned
Catch
about
you off
him
guard.
performing in the weather at all?
Yeah, it is a big concern, but people forget too that he was just in the national championship game last year. You know what I mean? So that's big because that's a huge game that he played in
Sure.
just last year. But it is a huge concern because, but like I said, they don't need to throw the ball all the time. They have a really good run game and Damian Harris and then all the
Sure.
other guys that
Riley,
in there.
you are the only one of the three people here that's actually been up to Buffalo
Yes.
for a game. So how would you say that environment would be?
they get crazy. The fans do get crazy before the game even started. I went in November.
Yeah, a bunch of drunk jerk-offs taking their shirt off trying to be cool.
No, but
Please.
they get really loud, and the way the stadium is that at level, you're at the top of it. You have to walk down to get into the stadium.
Sure.
So
Yeah, all
it
right.
gets
Keep to the-
like
yeah,
cold in there. You know what I mean? It's
like a bowl.
yeah, exactly. So it's like a bowl, but it's like all aluminum seats and everything. Like when you get, that's where we sat. They get pretty wild. It's gonna be tough for the Patriots to hear a lot because they get so loud. But again, I just think they're just gonna stick to the run game and just pound the ball down the Bills' throat, and then hopefully just Mac Jones needs to make that one throw or two throws at 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7 or something like that. You know what I mean?
I know. 2 minutes to Mikey Gundro. Okay, let me go through this first. Okay. Matchups. Coach a matchup. Who's going to
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Okay. Offensive line. Patriots offensive line versus Buffalo's defensive line.
That's a good
Patriots
matchup.
again there, right?
The Bills
I'm not so
the Bills
sure
got a
about that.
good D.
Yeah.
The Bills got a good defense.
Ed Oliver.
I thought we talked about the strength of the Patriots being their offensive line.
Well, it has been for the last 5 or 6 weeks. I mean, they're mostly running the ball.
But the Bills have a really good, like you always say, complementary
you want to
football.
call that a draw?
I'll call that a push.
Yeah.
All right, push. Quarterback.
Bills.
Based on home field, I'm going with Bills also. And past experience.
Running the ball.
Pats.
Patriots would have the edge
Yeah.
in that category.
Passing the ball.
The Bills.
I would go, because it's in Buffalo, I would say the Bills.
Defense.
So far this year, the Patriots have had
Yeah.
the better defense.
Patriots.
Special teams.
That's where you get a question mark, and then it's tough to determine that.
The Bills have a pretty good, decent kicker too, but the Patriots
Yeah.
kicker has been on fire this year. So
And it's not just
Jackie
Yeah.
Slater is the man.
It's the punter also.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
It's coverage. It's
Yeah.
it's a lot of things that a lot of people, are hard to intangibles that you hard to just gauge what's going to happen with that.
What do you got?
I would go a push. That's what I was saying.
Birdie?
Yeah, because
Push.
the Patriots are always
Intangibles.
home field, Buffalo, tangible coaching, Belichick.
I'd go with
What
Buffalo.
what other intangible are you going to factor in there? I don't know.
And whether you're going to go Buffalo
Well,
again,
the other
right?
two intangibles are the fact that Tre'Davious White's the all-pro corner's out, and that if the inactive list comes out, whether or not Hightower or well, they said Duguid was definitely out, whether or not Hightower is going to play. So we don't know that yet. So
Not just that, this Patriots team, there's not a lot of the players left from the last Brady era and all that. Like a few guys you can pick out, like, oh, he won a Super Bowl here and there. The Bills team, like as much as they haven't won a Super Bowl, a lot of these core guys have made it to the playoffs these
And they
last
get
2 years in a row.
along. And they love-
yeah,
they
last 2 years in a
generally get
row.
along.
They
I saw my
just
Thanksgiving
finished
day,
the AFC Championship game
I
last
know.
year.
Look at it.
the way the Patriot defense has been playing, the Bills are going to have to run the ball more than they have been tonight, and they haven't been running the ball great this year. They're going to have to tonight, so especially with the weather conditions.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to have a little bit better game than they've been having, whether it's Morse, whether it's Singletary, or whether it's Breida. So
You want to take a chance and put this game on so people can watch it? I don't think it would be a problem.
I don't know.
Well,
I
you
don't
mean
know
the
if it's
fight?
gonna.
You mean the fight or the
Yeah,
game?
fight.
I don't
The
know if
fight.
it's gonna start right away. I don't know if they're gonna
They
have.
said we are moments away.
I know, but I don't know if it's gonna be like jump right to the fight or somebody talking.
We're going to do our show. Okay.
I'll let you know what happens. I'll have it up
Top 7 takeaways. Throw a number at me, Birdman.
I always go 7, come 11. So we'll start with 7.
Tell me the one team that you think will surprise everybody and make a run into the playoffs.
Right now,
Yeah.
I can give you 2 that could. One's a long shot, one's a wild card. The long shot's Miami because their schedule's very favorable and they've won 4
But in the
a row.
playoffs, you think so?
Right now, the team that could absolutely make a big run that's so crazy that I can't predict all year are the Chargers. I just can't figure them
don't
out.
see it. I
They
don't see
could,
it.
and they could just
I
come
think
out of
they're
nowhere.
soft, like their hometown.
But they come
soft.
out of nowhere. They didn't
Like-
look. They didn't
But
look
you know
soft
that's
yesterday.
good though that they've never played at a home game because they're not gonna get home field advantage. Obviously, they're not gonna win the division. Not gonna be number 1
I mean,
seed.
they went into Cincinnati yesterday and they just absolutely destroyed
So
Cincinnati.
listen.
But that game was
they
close,
are as
though.
talented as
On the
any
offensive side
team
of
of
the
football,
ball.
without question.
Yeah.
All right, Riley, what do you got there?
The Rams. I mean, everyone was talking about
That's-
them being.
I'm
I know, but
not
everyone was talking about them
surprised.
being a Super
I got
Bowl
you.
team, and then everyone was off the bandwagon. And the Cardinals are looking like staying like hot. The Packers are looking like the best team in football, and then you still got the Bucs to a Super Bowl team. I think they could go out and honestly beat the Bucs again, beat the Packers if they had to, or come out and honestly maybe even win the division over the Cardinals at the end of the year. I think they're looking really good. OBJ has been doing pretty good for the team. There's a big win. Them or the Colts. I think the Colts could make some noise, win 2 games, make it to an AFC Championship game, kind of like the Titans did 2 years ago. With the run game, because Jonathan Taylor has been absolutely killing it, and that's what you need come playoff time. Just a guy who can run the ball, kill the clock, and just get you points.
Very easy for me. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, definitely the Colts.
Next question,
Colts are
please.
dangerous.
Number 1.
Do you agree with Jim Hart going for the 2-point conversion?
I'm gonna say no because of the fact that you've
You
got.
better say no after the fucking
No,
tirade you
because
had
of-
last night watching it.
Yeah, because of the 2 reasons why. The field goal kicker and Lamar Jackson's one of the biggest weapons in the league. So I
I'm-
don't agree with it.
I'm going yes, because I think Lamar is capable of pulling something out of the hat, and you just roll with what gets you there. You know what I mean?
Okay, next question.
4.
Can anyone beat Alabama?
Of course. Auburn almost did, and so did Texas A&M. Anything can happen, and they just lost Mechie. It's possible. I mean, they played real good against Georgia, but, I mean, it's not like they're going to be unanimously. The odds were pretty even with them and Georgia if they play them again. So I'm not saying that
Why, how and why blows my mind, but I hear you.
it's not impossible. They're the favorite. They should be after what they just did, but it's not like they're the overwhelming favorite.
I do like Michigan a little bit, but Michigan has to get over Georgia first. You know what I mean? So it's not like Michigan's getting a free ride right to the college, right to the championship.
They made the path for Michigan is tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Both those
Yeah.
teams. Yeah.
But Cincinnati couldn't. I was looking at Cincinnati's odds for like what 14. They were 1,400 for the
So
national
the
championship.
question to you, Hurricane, is if Michigan wins the national championship, does this erase 7 years of futility? That
Without question, it already has.
Okay.
Just beating Ohio State. It already,
wow.
It already has, Birdman.
I thought you'd have to go a little further.
All right, next up, I got 2, 3, 5, and 6.
6.
Who do you think will come out of the AFC ultimately?
This is a great question because the AFC is loaded.
It's a fucking mess.
It's a mess.
is what it is.
It's a mess. The NFC, there's like 4 teams. You got the Cardinals, the Packers, and the Bucks. AFC, literally this week, tonight, we have the Patriots at number 1. If they lose, they go all the way down to 7, and the Bills go to number. It makes no sense. But I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs' defense looked really good, and they're looking like. And you would have never said this beginning of the season. The Chiefs' defense is carrying the team right now. If Mahomes can just figure it out, and the offense can just figure it out. They're going to go back to the Super Bowl. I mean, that defense is looking so good, and their offense is not doing the best right now. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, sadly.
I don't know what that defense
That takes a man of you.
I hate the Chiefs, but
Really?
I've been saying it all year. I've been saying it all year. The Giants
I'm
going to wake
proud of
up.
you.
The Giants going to wake
That's an
up.
honest opinion. I don't know what that guy Spilatra found mid-season with the Chiefs because their defense was
right?
awful.
The worst in the league. Worst in the
And
league.
even that guy Sorensen, who was
When
awful.
you have a winning culture or you're building winning culture, you can do those type of things.
Well, he found something, and their defense has been playing lights out for the last 5 weeks because Mahomes has only had one big game, which was the Raider game. So if you start getting a complimentary Mahomes with that defense,
exactly, because this is the best defense he's played with so far. The best defense he's playing with so far. So I'm gonna go with them just because they've been there. He's already has a Super Bowl ring. He's young. He's got the weapons. I'm not saying they're gonna win the whole thing. I really hope they don't make it out. I'd rather see the Patriots make it out of the AFC other than the Chiefs. But I just think it's gonna be them. What do you think, Mike? Honestly, who do you think is gonna make it out of the AFC?
It's not going to be the Chiefs or the Ravens.
You don't think so?
No.
It ain't going to be the Steelers.
It's not going to be.
That's
You're
last
night it was, brother.
Well, yeah, that's a nice win at home. They got a big mountain. You know how many teams they got to get over though? Climb the mountain.
They might not even make the playoffs. The
That's what I'm
Steelers.
trying to say. That's a big mountain to climb.
This is conjecture, baby. I threw it out there. You guys laughed at me about Michigan too.
Yeah, we did.
No, I didn't.
did. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I didn't bet the game, but I didn't think they were going to beat Ohio State.
Question number 5. Rams blow out the Jags. Does this mean they are back? Birdie.
You know it.
Not just yet.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
I didn't see a little bit of the highlights of that game. I mean, you beat up on Jacksonville, which is nice.
What are they supposed to do?
No, I understand, but I want to see them. They're playing the Cardinals this week. Now put your defense out there with Jalen Ramsey and Von Miller and Aaron Donald and shut the Cardinals down because the Cardinals are the hottest team in the league. They just, I mean, go in there. I don't know where the game's being played at, where it doesn't matter. Go in there and smack Arizona around this week, and then you say, wow, the Rams, with that, they're capable of doing it, though.
I thought the least of the Cardinals' worries would be Matt Stafford. And right now, looking up at Jeff City, I got a question mark whether Matt Stafford's ready for another big game against another defense that can pressure him.
That's
just my
I get that. But his year has gone under the radar. Like it started off, everyone's like, "Oh, look how good he's doing," and then they lose a few games, but his numbers are still incredible as a quarterback. And the game, by the way, is in Arizona on Monday, so that's a hell of a game right there.
That defense is going to show up. They're going to gel at some point. I don't know if it's going to be right away or what. And when they do, they're going to be with them 3 All-Pro players at those levels. Good luck.
I think they should be fine. I think this is the week right here. They need to win this. If they win this, they're in a good position to win the division. They just need one more Cardinal slip up and they win the division. So it's not too far off. It's gonna be a huge week.
Seattle gets a big win versus the 49ers. Can Russ cook enough to sneak the Seahawks into the playoffs?
Not in a million years.
They're 4-8, right?
No, that ain't happening.
They're 4-8. That win is huge because you got to beat your division people to get in there.
Well, they beat them twice.
But how do you see that team beating the Rams?
4-8?
Yeah, because they were 3-8.
They're too
They're
far.
4-8.
Too many teams. They got to
far.
jump over.
Yeah, so you see them beating the Cardinals again,
and
or
they play the Rams again.
Rams again. I mean, it's going to be rough way to go.
And the last question of the night. Tom Brady throws 14 Ds, 368 yards. Is Tom Brady going to win the MVP of the NFL, being the oldest player in the league? Birdie first.
If he continues to play at the level he's playing at, I don't see how he doesn't.
I'm gonna say it depends what their record is at the end of the year. If they finish as one of the highest one of the highest records in the league, I'm gonna go with it. But it also depends on how good the Packers do from here on out, because Rodgers is having a really, really, really good year again, which is going under the radar. And if the Packers finish as number one and they don't lose any more games from here on out, then yeah. But it all depends. If the Bucs don't lose any games from here on out, then yeah, he probably has to win it if they don't lose any more games.
Based on the numbers he's putting up.
Yeah, he's putting up really good numbers. But again, I want to against the Falcons, you expect that, but against a really good team, I don't know the rest of the schedule. I know they have the Bills coming up. That's a huge game. I think right there in the MVP sway, because we said the two favorites are Allen and Brady. Who, if they come out and smash on the Bills and Brady throws 4 touchdowns in that game, then that's a huge swing.
Let me tell you something. Why Tom Brady gets better as the season goes on, other guys get worse. You want to know why? Because of his work ethic. Because he watches more tape. And the longer the season goes, there are more tapes to find the weakness, to find the soft spot, and to do it. And if anybody's going to find it, Tom Brady is. Well, it's not all innate athletic ability or how big, how tall you are, how hard you want to work. What did Ray Lewis and Ed Reed say? When you play Tom Brady, get ready to go like this, because nobody does it more than him.
No, it was also James Harrison, the all-pro defensive end for the Steelers, when he came to the Patriots, said that, and he played, 15 to 20 years in the league? He said he had never, ever seen anybody prepared for a game the way Tom Brady was. Sure. His preparation, dotting the I's and every T.
The more games, right?
And that's a legendary first ballot Hall of Fame defensive end.
He's working while you're fucking around. He's working when you guys are talking about getting laid right before practice, and this cheerleader and that cheerleader.
So
his work ethic is at another level, baby.
Coach in NFL history, in some people's opinions,
Bill Belichick.
Saw Jimmy Garoppolo in 2016. This is the guy who's supposed to be the greatest talent evaluator.
But listen, things could be so different because Garoppolo never had the chance under Belichick like that. I'm not saying he would ever hit Brady's levels. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying we've seen so many players before. Why
did Belichick want to trade Brady
so
bad?
I don't know. I'm not saying it's the right thing.
His fucking ego.
A misjudgment.
But listen, there's been so many
on the decline.
There's been so many players who have left the Patriots, not look the same, and when they come back, they look like hot shit. You know what I mean? Like, what's his name? Jamie Collins. He was on the Patriots, wanted a massive contract. Belichick's like, no, you can leave. Yeah. He went to the Browns, was terrible.
These guys are
I 100% agree. I'm just saying, if Belichick sees something in him, I'm not one to be like, okay, you're wrong. But Garoppolo does not look anything good right now.
And a large percentage of the Patriots fan base wanted to hand the ball over to Jimmy G. Complete disrespect. But Garth Brooks has a song for you country heads out there, right?
Put some respect on that name.
It's called Thank God for Unanswered Prayers. And thank God that Belichick and the rest of these nitwits that want to replace Tom Brady with Jimmy G, come on.
I want to see the Patriot fans. They'll never admit to that now, though, right? You won't get any Patriot fans that'll admit, oh, yeah, I was for Jimmy G.
No, they're rolling because I was doing talk radio.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
I'll believe
will you find the guys that will still admit to it to this day now, though? I never said that.
No, what you do. There's a thing called Time Hop on Facebook. So you said that was 2016, right?
I'm guessing. I think it was right around that time frame. 15 or 16. I want to say 16.
All right, now, is there anything that we can do for this USA boxing link?
It hasn't even started. It's just they're waiting we're moments away, and they've been moments away for.
Oh, here we go. As I said,
okay.
It's not him though. It's not him. It's Joseph Miranda and Crystal Cardiel.
Perfect. That means we can squeeze in.
Is this ring one?
Yeah, this is the right one. This is ring one.
Squeeze in.
So does he fight next?
Probably next, I think. Yeah, I don't think he's.
Gives us 5 minutes to squeeze in, 5 minutes of trivia.
Maybe more than that. Yeah.
What else did he have for today?
Yes, this is the right one. But it's just ring one, bout one. That's the one he's in, right?
I don't know.
No, about 15, I think.
Ring one. Yeah, so then he's going to be the 15th fight, right?
No, they fights at 7 o'clock our time.
Yeah, but it's already 7:15. So
Yeah, but they could have got delayed. Any live event, you know how that goes.
they've got like different. Yeah, it could be in a different ring. You might want to.
No, it's in ring 1.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
I clicked on
Well,
ring
I
one.
would get this on
This
lock.
is the only one that they have right now. Is this thing right here? So,
Okay. Okay. So as long as
So
you know
is
that
it-
he's fighting in that fight
Yeah,
coming
so
up.
it's not this one right here.
No, I'm just curious. Are these guys fighting with headgear on? I would. Yeah, I
Of
believe
course.
so. Yes.
Of course, amateurs,
okay.
yeah.
Yep.
So we got a little bit.
It doesn't look like there's that many people
No,
there, and that's
no.
over in a
Shreveport, Louisiana,
3 or
baby.
4 different locations in these gyms. Probably 3 or 4 different.
Brady, we should be
gym
at this. We
setups.
could be chasing some wild. We should be doing a podcast from the
Down
event
in
and chasing some
Shreveport,
wild, crazy
Cajun women.
Louisiana women around. And they got casinos on every fucking block
well,
out there, Brady.
casinos would be the least of my worries down there.
Oh, we can
We'd be going down there to see. There's a Fall River connection down.
Are we
in-
showing this on our podcast right now?
All right, now I can change if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
All right. So that's it for the NFL for the game
There
tonight.
you go.
Then
No, let's go. Come on, give me the trivia.
the trivia.
All right, we'll show
This trivia is a little bizarre this week. I kind of did like a rush job on this. So
What?
yeah, I was
All
kind
the
of.
time you got, you're retired.
Yeah, I know that, but today I didn't have a lot of time. I was running
you-
around today.
You in the backyard working?
No, I actually got to the gym today to run off some of that old Joe steak that you enjoy. How was that last night? Right? Yeah, you know, smile on your face.
Yeah.
And then the cheesecake afterward.
There you go. Yeah, you left it here, so.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go.
All right. Trivia. I got 5 trivia questions.
Okay.
And these are just pretty much
Are they
all over the
Riley's?
place. Some are, some aren't. So
All right.
some are in
Well,
your.
Brady, you set the high standard with this.
No, I
already.
try to get it, mix it up a little bit.
When
So
in doubt, go with the championship team.
heads or tail?
Heads.
Tails. Oh, all right,
Well, that
perfect.
thing's rolling around. What do you got?
Tails.
Tails? So who called tails?
I'll go first. So I call. He
So
said heads.
there's 5 questions here. We'll call it potluck. You get to pick the 5, one out of the 5.
Let me go with number 2.
Ooh, I don't know if you'll get this one. He might get this one. Though.
Damn.
What famous Motown singer had a tryout with the Detroit Lions in 1970? First shot.
Singer.
Famous Motown singer. I'm trying to think of the guy's name that.
1970s.
The Motown guy that got him to go for a tryout.
Berry Gordy. He
That's-
had a
no,
Motown.
that's incorrect. He's not the singer. He was.
No,
in
I didn't
charge
say
of the-
no. I said no. I didn't say that was a singer. I said Berry Gordy was one who had the hookup.
Yeah, no. But this wasn't the guy that got him the tryout. I'm trying to remember who the guy that got him the tryout was.
I don't know. I'm out on this one. I don't know this one.
This guy is. I'll give you some
Yeah,
hints.
give me a clip.
He's a very, very famous Motown big hit. Had a lot of ton of hits. He's also deceased. He was in a tragic shooting years
Marvin
ago.
Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye. Marvin.
one of the
Marvin.
Question number 2.
How many times Marvin Gaye's got me laid? Thank you, Marvin, for all your kind.
Next
What?
question.
It's Mike's turn.
Pick a number.
1.
Okay, highest scoring game in NFL history.
So what
you
are you
know
doing?
any of the teams or the totals?
No.
1966. A little
I got-
before your time.
Giants.
That's one of the teams. Wow.
Giants.
That is correct.
All right, Giants and
Giants scored 41.
the Redskins.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Shit, you're a Red Sox.
How did he know that, though?
You're a Redskin fan.
Yeah, but he knew it right off the top of his head,
the
both
Redskins
teams.
score?
72.
Yeah.
That's the most in NFL history. 19. Who was the quarterback for the
Sonny
Redskins?
Jurgensen.
Bingo. You guys a little better than I thought.
All right, I'll go with number 5.
Number 5 is a 5-part question. We'll save that one for last. So
okay.
go 3 or 4.
4.
Wait, whatever.
4. All right, we'll see how good Riley is. This is a pretty tough question. This is right in his ballpark. 2015,
well.
Walter Payton, Man of the Year, Denver Broncos.
Von Miller.
Incorrect.
Wait, hold on.
No,
Your turn. You're never gonna get it. I don't think you'll ever get it. I don't think you'll ever
I
get
know
it.
one thing. It's not. It's Team Khalib.
No, it's not. 2015 Walter Payton Man of the
Walter
Year.
Payton, Man.
McCaffrey.
No, he was on
Incorrect.
the team.
It's some guy I never heard
Derek
of.
Wolf.
That's also incorrect.
Damn, I thought it was him.
You're never going to get it, but I figured he might.
Can I keep going?
Those questions for this kid.
He's not getting it.
Can I keep going?
Yeah, go ahead.
C.J. Anderson.
You're never going to get this guy.
Hold on.
That's 3.
O.J. Anderson.
No. Hold on.
I never.
Darian Stewart,
No, that's incorrect.
Oh.
Chris Harris Jr.
That's incorrect.
Oh my God. Owen Danielson.
I would like to give you a hint, but
What's
I don't
his
know
first
what
name?
position
What's his first name
defensive
start with?
His initials are DB.
DB.
I've never heard of this guy.
DB. This is gonna start. No, I need to get this. DB. Oh my God.
If you got this one, I said you are a Broncos
DB.
lunatic.
Do you know what position he plays?
Yeah, defensive player.
Defensive player?
Yeah, obviously.
No. DB.
You're not gonna get
2015.
it. You're not gonna.
Devin Bush.
Some guy
No.
by the name of David Bruton.
Oh my God. I think he's a linebacker.
Yeah, I never
think he's a
heard of him.
What the
linebacker.
fuck did he do? He got me in the year.
I don't know, but he got it.
I'm pretty sure he's a
Okay.
linebacker.
Question number 3. This is somewhat reasonable. Jay Cutler, Chicago Bears, Miami Dolphins.
Oh, go figure. Another
What college?
Bronco
What college did
Jay
Jay?
Bell.
Bingo.
He's
Okay.
little.
Yeah, what
hey,
connection did that have to do with the Broncos?
because little bit of a fun fact here. Jay Cutler is quietly in my top 3 favorite quarterbacks of all time. I love him.
One of my,
And Brandon Marshall, who I grew up loving, is
Christian
probably
Callaway.
one of my favorite
Okay.
receivers of all time.
So, last question of the night. This is a 5-part question. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. 5 years, 5 defensive player of the years.
I got
NFL.
what years?
16 to 20. Defensive player of the year in the NFL.
Von Miller's one of them.
Nope.
That is
He was
incorrect.
criminally robbed of it in 2016. But it's Aaron Donald for 3 years in a row.
That is partially correct.
So, okay. Is it Mike's turn?
Aaron Donald is not 3 years in a
4
row,
years in
but
a
he's
row.
on the list. And that is also incorrect.
Well, I know he won it a lot of times. Mike, your turn.
Aaron Donald 2017, Aaron Donald 2018,
2020.
and Aaron Donald 2020. So
Yeah.
you need the defensive player of the year from 2016 and 2019.
I know
2019 is a guy from the Browns.
Myles Garrett's your
Yeah.
answer.
Miles got no.
2016 is Khalil Mack.
That is correct.
And then 2019, which is 2 years ago, that was the year Mahomes won MVP. So that means it wasn't Donald. Who would have been crazy that year? Oh, it was Stephon Gilmore.
Bingo.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it for the trivia.
Rocket
You guys killed it again. Except for that. I thought he would get the Bronco question on the player. of the year.
He was a complete.
That's a tough
he was like a
question,
second, third stringer player. So that one got me. That one got me.
Do to get the player?
So basically, you just gotta do stuff around like Vom.
no, but what did he do though?
What did he do? I'll look it up.
I know that Warwick Dunn built like 70 houses for single mothers.
That's correct. Yeah. Something else off the field, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like LeBron would do with the school
Yeah,
in
with the school,
Ohio
sure, yeah.
or something along those lines.
LeBron just donated another $40 million to.
As well, he should, because he's going to die and you're not going to be able to spend that much money in his lifetime. I mean, unless he's, your kids are going to all inherit it. But what are we doing with the Goodrow fight? Anything?
It's still not on it. They're still going with the other two guys over there. So I don't know why he. Maybe it's the wrong one. I don't think it is. But
check the other rings, Riley, and see if we're missing it.
yeah, I'll check it. So I think he did something with the community and doing like bikes and like riding around with the kids on bikes and stuff like that. So he didn't win it, but the Broncos nominated him. So like every team gets one nomination. So like the Patriots be like, I'm gonna nominate this guy, and then he was the Broncos nomination. So it could be any player on the
You
team.
picked the non-winner as the question.
Oh, I thought it said man of the year. I don't know. Maybe I was mistaken. Oh, he didn't win it. Oh, well. I must have misread it then. Maybe I was looking in my hurry to get a question that Riley could, relate with.
So the 2015 man of the year was Anquan Bolden.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
best. I love Anquan Bolden.
So he was just the Broncos.
He was the Broncos representative.
Yeah,
then.
Broncos representative because every
Okay.
team has.
Every team does.
Yeah, every team does it.
Let me see if go to another.
So we're going to ring 2. See if we got anything in ring 2. Nope. Ring 3.
Who's fighting there? But how would we know?
No, I see on the top. I can read it. Skylar Reese and Colin, whatever. I can't pronounce his name. And then ring 4. No. So none of these are him. None of these are him. Because not a single one has his name on it. And this is ring 1. Ring 1 right here. About 1.
So this is the first round?
No,
not showing the round.
No.
They're only fighting 3 rounds.
No, this fight's been going on for fucking 10 minutes.
So this must be the last round.
Yeah,
then.
I would say.
They all say bout 1, so he might be this. Like this one says bout 2.
2.
He might be the 16th fight in the first ring because it says bout 1. You know what I mean?
But why would they?
Because they said 7 o'clock because 7 o'clock is when this starts right here. So 7 o'clock is when the live stream starts, and then he might be the 16th fight.
Sure, I was sure that's definitely possible.
Because it says
Well, if he's not on
by
by
the
the
next
next fight,
one.
then we're not going to get to see him fight because then you're never going to know which bracket he's going to be in.
Yeah,
if he's,
because I'll call the father.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, call him up.
There you go.
Yeah, call him up.
BadCatz Sports, go Pats!
Peace.